Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with another Road to 900 video. I hope you are all doing well. I'm doing well myself. Let's get straight into it. So, at the time of this video, I am currently rated 860 ELO in rapid chess. I'm going up against a 837 rapid player, excuse me. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Start off with the queen's pawn opening. He meets me in the middle. All right, so this is how we start. I've been playing a Jabava London lately, so it's kind of an aggressive opening. There's lots of ideas. I only know a few. I don't know everything. I'm not an expert. I'm studying the game. I'm getting better. Let's get straight to it. So I go for this move immediately. And basically he has to stop me from forking his king and his rook. Because I have this bishop on the square right here. And this knight on the square. Both looking at the square right here. My opponent sees this and says, okay, I'll develop the bishop. I go ahead and take with the knight. He takes back. We now have a weakness in the center. We have two pawns stacked on top of each other. I go ahead and develop the pawn to go ahead and activate my light square bishop. He castles. I develop the bishop. He moves his knight. I move my queen up. He develops the pawn. I go ahead and castle queen side. So we are now castled on the opposite sides of each other. I take notice to this, and I think I immediately start pushing king side. He moves. I get aggressive with this move right here, h4. I said, okay, we're on the opposite sides. I need to create some type of counter play, some type of tactics, some type of positional play. I need to do something on this side of the board, period. He responds by moving the knight further into my territory. I move my knight, I just move my pawn up. You know what I'm saying? You can't go here, you can't go there. Can't go here, you can't go there. So that might not have been the best move for my opponent. He moves back, essentially wasting the move. So I've kind of like gained tempo on the way. I go straight for another aggressive move. Pawn to g4. I says, we're going to keep pushing this. I have to keep pushing this. He says, okay, well, let me put pressure in the center. I didn't want to take. I move my bishop back. He decides to push further on the queen side. I says, all right, let's get active. I says, let's get active. I kind of did some calculations right here. I said, I kind of like this move right here. It may not be the best move or the greatest move, but it kind of opens up this side of the board. He takes, and as you can see from the evaluation bar, that just completely put me exactly where I needed to be. I take back with the pawn, thus attacking this knight right here. He moves over. And I'm trying to think if that was the only safe square for him. He couldn't move right there. He didn't really have a lot of options to go. And I think there's a saying that says a knight on the rim is grim. Or something like that. Basically, you don't want your knight on the side of the board because it only has so many squares that it can go to. You generally want your knight in the middle of the board, so it takes up more squares. So this is definitely an advantage for me at this point. Now, I make a mistake right here. I moved my bishop to h4 because in my mind, I was thinking of moving my pawn up and having a discovered attack on the queen. I was tunnel vision. Sometimes tunnel vision is a bad thing, because tunnel vision will block you from seeing other things. Sometimes that's good. sometimes it's bad. In this position, it's bad because I have a free knight right here, ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's a free knight for the taking. And I get so excited about creating some type of play on his queen that I don't go ahead and take it. I completely miss it, right? So I move my bishop. He takes in the center. I says, okay. I take back. He takes with the knight. And again, the valuation bar shot up tremendously. So I says, okay, well, let's go ahead and go after what I originally wanted to do in the first place. I move my pawn up. Thus, this bishop is attacking this queen. This pawn is attacking this pawn. And I'm not quite sure what he's going to respond with to me attacking his queen. If he sees it, if he doesn't see it, I'm not sure. But I needed to go for something kind of aggressive. He takes the queen to my surprise. I was like, bro, what? You know my bishop was guarded by a rook, right? So I says, okay, that's definitely winning. We're definitely winning at this point. I take the queen. It's a free queen. Now, at this point in the game, my opponent has 6 minutes. I have 7. This knight is undefended. This knight is undefended. This pawn is undefended. This pawn is undefended. He has so many pieces that are just hanging. It's kind of detrimental. He go ahead and takes the pawn back. Also protecting this knight right here, which was a good move, I think. Because it was just too many pieces hanging. He was going to lose something, you know. He leaves this knight hanging. I see that, so I go ahead and take advantage. It's a free knight. You know what I'm saying? I'm up tempo. We're up pieces. I'm up time. I'm really liking my position. It's 2 weaknesses in the center of the map. Also, another weakness right here. Everything is pretty much guarded. In a sense, kind of. He takes with the rook. He takes the pawn with the rook, which I also think was another huge mistake because you generally don't want to trade your rook for a knight unless you're completely winning, and he wasn't completely winning in this position of the game. I take the rook. I mean, that's a no-brainer. He has this piece hanging, this piece hanging, this piece hanging. My bishop is going to gobble that up. My rook is going to gobble these up. I mean, it's lost. It's lost. And here my opponent resigned. And we're now on a 4-game winning streak. I advanced to 860 ELO this match. I think we're doing well. I think that if we can keep continuing to create some type of weaknesses, playing on our opponent's mistakes, using wise tactics such as discovered attacks, trying to play somewhat of a positional game, I believe we're going to reach 900 pretty soon. I do hope you enjoyed, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Rax RBG. I'm going to catch you next time, man. I'm out. Peace.